This is an urgent matter of comic books. This is Talk Comics to Me. This is the comic book Bone Zone number 13, 14.
14.
Here, I'll look it up as Heather, you just talk about something, say something.
Okay. I thought it was 13 personally, but I could be wrong because my brain. Okay. So I'll go first. I'll just go ahead and start talking while Champ gathers this information. I have this book. I'm so sorry the lighting in here is not the best right now. Um, but I hope you can see this. This is also forgive me,
This
I cannot print
this is the comic book Bone Zone number 14.
14. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I admit defeat. I was wrong. Okay, I am not sure how to pronounce his last name. Joseph Schmalke? Schmalk? Maybe? 7 Years in Darkness. This is issue number 1. What?
I can't take you talking into that microphone that is not or like
It's not
plugged
even
in.
on. I just feel like it sets up a nice like look. It makes me look more professional.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's fair, it's fine.
So I'm just gonna keep talking into it. Okay, so sorry, here we go. This is 7 Years in Darkness. This is a story about a school. It's called, where is it? The Academy of Black Magic. Every 100 years or so, to be honest, I can't remember how many years goes by, but there's like a select group of kids that are introduced to this school, and they spend 7 years there. It's like in a cave or whatever, and they learn like magic and all that kind of stuff. But it hasn't been active for like 200 or so years because every single student who has ever graduated from there, they have like one person every 7 years that actually like gets out. They've all been killed somehow. Like the beginning of the book kind of talks about how each one of them previously has died, like Salem witch trials, like
Hmm.
Inquisition, all that kind of stuff. And then the second half introduces the main character, who is like one of a group of people for the first time in 200 years that is being brought back to the school. So that's how this one starts. It's kind of like a prelude. I actually really enjoyed this.
Okay.
I do like this writer a lot, though. Every one of his books that I've enjoyed, that he's written, I have enjoyed. But he does the art in it too, and like the colors are always like really cool.
Hmm.
It's a flashback, but here when there's like they're inside the school, which is again in the cave. Sorry, the lighting is just terrible in here. It's like
Oh yeah,
purples,
yeah.
pinks, and greens and stuff. It just looks really nice. And I feel like there's going to be 7 issues. That would just make sense, right?
7 years, 7 issues.
It says year 1 right here, so
Yeah, then that definitely makes sense. What other books has he done? Or have they done?
I can't remember what it's called exactly. But I read it like maybe a year ago. Something with spiders.
Oh,
We,
don't be afraid. Don't,
we
God.
don't kill spiders.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was like, I remember that book. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. And I'm sure I've read more of his stuff, but that's like the main one that I can remember.
Okay.
And so that's why I was like, okay, I'll read this because I'm curious. He always writes a topic that I'm interested in. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that even if it was like mediocre, I would still enjoy it.
All right. Burger King.
That's all. Just coming out.
You just might hear us say Burger King because Gambit, Heather's baby, Gambit, is not into the Burger King. So,
No, apparently not. All I wanted was onion rings, and he is just fighting me this whole digestion.
okay. So I think it's my turn. I have first the Mighty Barbarians. This is issue number 1. Um, this is by Michael Morkai, and the art is by Giuseppe Cafaro, and the colors are by Barbara Nocenzo. And Jim Campbell does the letters. Personally, I only read half of this. It just couldn't draw me in. I was hoping that Heather had read it or grabbed it so that she could tell me if I would like it or not and if I should give it another chance.
Sorry.
So at this point, I don't. I think I'll pass. But I suppose if you like barbarian stories, you'll probably like it. It kind of like drops you into the world, and I wasn't a big fan of it. And I just, like I said, I don't know if I was not in the mood or what, but I just was not digging it. So that's not really a review or anything, but just my personal opinion and how I felt when I was reading the comic.
It works.
Take it or leave it. Okay. So next I have Deep Cuts. This is issue number 1. This is by Kyle Higgins, Joe Clark, Danilo Beyruth, Igor Monti, and Hassan Atsama. Atzman. Oh my god, I had done so well and now I just can't do it. But I am overthinking it.
It's just not a day for names. It's fine. We know who you're talking about.
Nobody gets names from now on. Anyway, Deep Cuts. This is issue number 1. I really, really like this book. It's just a book about like each issue, I think, is just like a little jazz story. This one follows a young boy who plays the clarinet, and he's kind of trying to make his way into this like jazz world. And I don't know, it was a lot of fun. There was a panel that I really, really loved, and if I can find it quickly, I will try to show it. But yeah, it's just, I thought this was going to be about like actual jazz people, which it could be, but they might not have used their real names. But I just kind of, I don't know. I looked everybody up and they weren't in there. Anyway, this panel with the trombone and the sound is just so perfect. I got real ham about it. I lost my mind. It also has like a little sheet music in the back.
Oh, that's really cool.
Which yeah, I thought was really cool. Anyway, yeah, I think
Thaddeus Tukes?
the guy's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So yeah, it's just like if you enjoy jazz, I think it's worth a read. The art was really enjoyable. I know I only showed the one page, but art looks good. The colors are really nice and good little book. Got Alien. This is issue number 1. This is a new creative team, which is why I was like, I will give it a chance, because last time they started it from number 1, it was like the same creative team. It looks great. Like Aliens.
Who does the art in this one?
Un Memento for Favor. Andrea Brocardo.
Okay. I don't feel like I know them.
Triona Farrell does the colors. But yeah, like it looks really good. The book looks really good. The story is not bad. It's written by Declan Chevley.
Okay.
Yeah, the story's not bad. It's just kind of, like I said to you earlier, it's just when Alien was under Dark Horse, it just felt so much different than it feels like under Marvel. And I don't know, there's something about it that kind of feels like sanitized while it's at Marvel rather than like at Dark Horse. So it's not that I didn't like it. It was just not necessarily what I was looking for in an alien book. You got the corporation, you got aliens, you got scientists and people deciding that like scary looking aliens should be brought back to their labs to be
Yeah.
examined. Yeah.
Hate
Um,
it.
yeah, Alien.
Yeah.
But then I have DC Silent Tales. This is just a one shot. Uh, just some fun little cartoons.
That's very cute, actually.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it. One of them does have words.
Oh, I for some reason I thought you were gonna say titties. I don't know why.
No.
I was like, wait, what?
And when I say words, there's not like that many words, but I was just like, those are words.
Okay.
But yeah, this was just, I don't know, fun little silly book. So if that's something you're looking for, I don't know. It is $5.99, so I don't know if it's worth the price point. But
I do feel like it is cheaper than a lot of those like other DC one shots. So,
mhm. And for some reason, I think these were like printed online
oh, okay.
or printed online.
I know what you're saying. I didn't even think twice. It made sense to me what you were saying.
They were online before, so I'm sure they're out there if somebody's looking for them.
What is your man doing?
Just sniffing a container full of pennies.
Oh, okay. Okay. I could just see his nose. Like, okay. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This is both of us, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is both of us. Okay, so now we have World Tree or W0RLDTR33.
Mm-hmm. I was just trying. I don't know how you would even pronounce that. Yes. World tree.
World. That's
Yeah, that's actually very good.
that's what robots and computers sound like. You heard it here first. Okay. So this is a new book by James Tynan, and the art is by Fernando Blanco, and Jordi Biller does the colors, and Aditya Bidikar does the letters. And this is a book about the dark web.
Yes. Putting it lightly. Um, I don't even know how to like explain this without completely spoiling it with my opinions.
That's why I said this is a book about the dark web.
Yeah.
I,
So,
I I don't know. Go ahead. I guess if you want to, read this book, flash forward 5 minutes.
yeah. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much because I do think it is like worth a read, especially for like a first issue. If you're into Tynan books and into the internet, then
Are you a hacker?
yeah, you might like this one. But it's basically about what is it called? The undernet? Is that what they call it here instead of the dark web? I can't remember.
Maybe. You keep talking. I'll look.
Okay. So, yeah, it's basically about this version of the dark web that some kid figured out how to access it and use it to like kill people. So
Yes, undernet.
undernet, okay, yes. And apparently this has like happened before, but the people who had created it uh shut it down. And now, however many years later, does it say in even like how long in the future it is?
I feel like it did, but maybe it just said names. I think it just said
Yeah,
names.
it was fine. It was a while ago. But it had happened before previously, and so now it's happening in current time. And the people who created it before are trying to figure out like what had happened. Meanwhile, the kid who went on like this weird mass murder spree using the undernet to do it, his brother is trying to help him figure it out. And there's a weird Yolandi Visser is in this from D'Antwoord. They clearly modeled this person after her.
Uh,
She's
she's
naked.
naked. We didn't plan that. I promise. We did not plan that. That just happened. But she is naked the whole entire
She's
issue.
naked. For what? Ugh. She's
I'm
even
so
wearing clothes at one point and takes them off to kill someone.
well, I it's funny because they are just like overalls too. Like she's wearing nothing underneath overalls. So it does seem kind of worthless to even wear the overalls.
Yeah. And it seems,
Especially
I don't know.
uh yeah, I would like to see where the second issue goes and like what it explores because I am like curious. Um I love the art. The art looked great.
Yeah, the flashback page, like the colors on that page are
Hmm.
so good.
Well, and even like the lightened like colors on the computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
Um I love the like little breaks in reality when he shows them like the undernet.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like how it like breaks the panels up too. Like that looks really cool. Um but yeah, I need more information before I can give it a full examination.
Yeah, me too. I felt like I was really harsh. Like when I finished reading it and I was thinking about it to myself, I felt like I was really harsh about it. But maybe it's just because I don't have everything.
Hmm.
So
Well,
I am gonna read the next issue.
I did enjoy it more on like the second read than I did on the first read, to be honest with you, because
Okay.
like I talked to Heather earlier before we recorded that like I read this when the bad copies came in because I was curious and wanted to know. And then I decided to reread it just because. Um, and yeah, I felt like I enjoyed it more the second time.
Maybe I'll read it again. Because
It's
I
so
really,
quick.
really enjoyed the art. Like the art
Yeah.
was really cool and that really kept me in it the whole time. But I was just like confused by some of the choices, you know?
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You go ahead. It's your turn, right? Oh, I didn't even realize she's naked like on this cover.
Yeah. She got her titties out.
Well, it's just like when you like look at it with the shadows and stuff from kind of far away, it looks like she has a bra on. And then when you get close up, you can like see that it's like actually like she's naked.
Yeah.
We did we just have this on the wall,
It's just sitting out there.
uncensored for every child to see.
Okay. It's my turn?
Yeah,
Okay. When did we do Harrower?
after our next round, right?
Okay. I had them all in a weird order, so that's why I was wondering. Okay. So I am now. I have Frank Frazetta's Tales of Science Fantasy. This is what I'm assuming is going to be just like an anthology. Each one is kind of a different story. And this one is just about a warlord who is being taken down by revolutionaries on a foreign planet, you know?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, that's pretty much it. I don't really know how else to explain it. I get kind of confused sometimes when it's like a super high fantasy and some of the characters look exactly alike and they have very similar names.
Yeah.
So it took me a little bit to figure out like which one was the bad guy. I was like, I don't know who I'm supposed to be cheering for here because they're just all terrible people. But the cover is really cool. This is the warlord. And
Yeah, no,
uh,
the cover is really sick.
where is he at? Uh, it happens in here. He gets strung up and oh, here.
Oh my god.
Different artists and stuff, but it still looks so good. What are you pointing at?
I just want to, the meme.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes. But yeah,
The cover, it's inside the books.
it's there. It's like when people say the name of the show in the show. But yeah, just a Frazetta story based off of a piece of artwork. Okay,
Okay.
your turn.
I got Daredevil. This is issue number 10. Basically the Avengers still mad at him for breaking all of those supervillains out of prison. And so there's a big old fight.
Okay.
Punisher. No, number 11. Somehow Captain America is there fighting Daredevil. He's here fighting Punisher. Some real wild stuff happening.
They gotta get their timeline straight.
Punisher.
Yeah.
Punisher. Some wild shit happens at the end of this, actually.
Is there a dinosaur?
There's actually a dinosaur in this one.
Okay. Cool.
And Daredevil. If you're not watching, I am holding up Daredevil. Because it's like one of the bad guys. Anyway, yeah, just the same stuff that's been happening in Punisher is happening here. Just Captain America mad at Frank for, doing bad stuff, being filled with the God of the Hand.
He's naughty. What can I say?
His wife is kind of figuring shit out, and that's that.
Okay. Yeah, it's a Punisher story.
It's a Punisher story, I guess. I'm ready for what's next.
Okay. Let's do it.
Harrower.
This is Harrower.
This is issue number 3. This is we've said it before. I'll say it again. Just a good little slasher book.
Yeah, this one was so much fun. I've been really enjoying this. You get the remainder of the group from obviously the first 2 issues, trying to get away from the Harrower. There's someone, I don't remember who the guy is. Like, I know he was introduced like in the first one, but I can't remember like who he is.
Yeah, I mean, just like any of those things, like any of those movies.
Yeah,
doesn't matter if we remember who he is exactly.
that's fair. But he's trying to help the kids, but the one shitty kid who is a follower of the Harrower, he's just being a turd, being a huge turd.
The reveal in this is so good.
I like how violent this is. Like,
yeah,
the art is really, really cool, but it captures the grittiness of a slasher movie.
I know we've said this before, but like the colors are so good. Like the way they like set the atmosphere in like different ways is like really, really interesting. Like just like the light pink with the fire, and like as they get to the basement, like the darker purples and stuff. And I don't know.
And how red just kind of starts taking over the pages. This book is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's almost like I was not expecting it. I don't know what I was expecting from it. I wasn't really expecting anything, to be honest, but it's been just like really, really good. Like,
yeah.
definitely worth like the read for sure.
I'm into it.
Okay, is it you?
Is it? Shoot. I'm telling you, mine were all in a weird order. Okay. So yeah, I will go. I
think so, right?
Okay, yes. I have 2 because I didn't read this one, obviously.
Yes.
If you've been here for previous episodes, you know how I feel about this. I did have to get it. Like I had to finish it because I had 2 issues left from the last time that I read.
Mm-hmm.
I had to pick it up. And I am going to read it. This is Lovesick, by the way, if you can't see. This is the last issue of the series. I kind of flipped through it. It looks very violent. There's a lot of eating going on here. So we'll see.
What kind of eating? Like flesh eating?
Every kind of eating that you could possibly have done to you
Mm-hmm.
is being done.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Um, I have this weird thing now since I'm pregnant where I like can't handle too much like gross, you know?
Yeah.
It's like it's such a weird thing because before I was like, okay, that's like
Mm-hmm.
kind of gross. But now I look at it and it makes me like it could be the Burger King also.
The king is getting out.
Oh god. Okay. Um, okay, and then I will go into the next one. This is The Neighbors. This is issue number 2. This is continuing the story of the family that moves into the house, and the next door neighbor is kind of like a witch, is what I'm gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
But in this one, the I don't remember their name. The I don't want to reduce them to this like kind of character, but the trans character that is in the story. Um I didn't want to say like father figure, even though that's like, you
Yeah,
know,
kind of like the space he's about to take.
yeah, it's a bit like makes me feel like I'm just reducing this character to this specific role, and I'm not trying to. I just don't know how to refer to them in the story because you get to know a lot more about them in this story and their journey and how they ended up how they are. Um, but they are very paranoid, to
Okay.
the point where every other page they're like, "We need to call the cops on this old woman because this old woman is trouble." The woman at one point gives their child a little frog, just a frog. There could have been malicious intent, you know. It's an old witch. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if I
Mm-hmm.
would trust it, but yeah, their response is like cops. Um, and then dealing with the daughter in the end of the first issue, something suspicious happens to her. So in this one, she's not herself,
Mm-hmm.
and she keeps doing like really evil stuff. So
Okay.
it's like it's not bad. And I do really, really enjoy the art for it. And this one, like I am curious to know like exactly what evil is afoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would like to know like what exactly is this witch doing? Like just draining the life from this family? You don't know. So it's not bad, but I don't know if I would like necessarily recommend it to people.
Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna read more because again, I am curious. It is
Okay.
just it's a very strange story. I didn't know like how many turns and twists and stuff there were going to be in that issue.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay, I'll be quick. I have Sandman Universe, Dead Boy Detectives. This is issue number 5. Just still dealing with ghosts. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. Not a lot of thoughts.
Okay.
Then I have Grimm. This is issue number 10. This is the end of the story arc. I finally took this off my pull. I I haven't, it's not that I don't really enjoy the book. I do like reading it, and there are things that intrigue me. And as I was reading this, like I was like, oh, actually, like I do kind of enjoy this book and this story. And then I kind of I got to the edge and I was like, no, not really.
Just kidding.
Yeah, the twist, I was like it because it's obvious, like what is happening in the end. Um, the art's wonderful. Like the art is really good. love the colors. Like the book just looks so good, which is why I've hung on to it for so long. Like I said, I don't think the story's bad. I just don't think it's like really a story for me.
That's fair. You held on longer than I did. I didn't even wait for that second story arc. I just immediately took it off my full.
Yeah, I know, and I think it's fair. Like I think I've hung on like way, way, way too long. I knew at the end of the last story arc that I didn't like it, or like super enjoy it enough to keep it. But I
Mhm.
just like wanted to see what happened. So yeah,
The
if
thing
you're
is,
go ahead.
I was gonna say that's the thing that kind of sucks about it is like it's not a bad story. Like it is quite entertaining, but it's just like I lost interest in it at a certain
Mm-hmm.
point. And I feel like it kind of does that the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. So yeah, I was gonna say if you anyone out there is looking for issues 1 through 10 of Grimm, get at me.
If there's another person who wants issues 1 through 5, get at me.
We'll give them to you for a fair price.
Yeah, we are not hagglers.
Mm,
Name your price and we will most likely take it.
mm.
Cham's a haggler, actually. I see the emails.
Yeah, I do haggle because people try to haggle with me.
I know. I know. I just think it's funny because I have no idea how that even works. I just like keep seeing these emails and I'm like, oh, they raised the price.
No, so uh eBay real fast, they send me a bid under my like buy now price.
Okay.
And usually I try to like split the difference.
Okay. I think that's fair.
And if they come back at me again, then it's like just depending on how I'm feeling.
All right.
I'm nothing but a fair man. Okay, so now we have Detective Comics. This is issue 1071. This just continues Batman figuring out about the Orgam and the Raz all goose.
The art is so good in this issue. I'm
Mm-hmm.
obsessed with it.
I really love the like back and forth with the narrative,
Hmm.
like where it was just showing you now and then like showing you in the past. Um, I thought that was really neat. And I don't know, I really like, I know this has been like a very kind of like slow moving story, but I've really, really enjoyed it, especially like this part of it.
It's I do agree with you. For me it has been pretty slow. It's at times been hard to keep my attention, but like once it gets going, it really does get going. And I think they did pick a really good artist for this story as well.
Hmm.
Um Same with the backstory,
Oh yeah, that
second
backstory is so
story,
much
whatever.
fun. The
Yeah,
freeze
he
one.
and I, we love the art for it, of course, and the colors, like super, super good. But yeah, it's detective. Oh, fuck.
Detective.
Detective. All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's do it. This is World's Finest. This is issue number 14. Simon Stagg has been murdered, and Bruce uh Wayne. That's his name.
That baby
I
really
had
is stealing
so
your
many
brain.
different Bruce last names going through my head just now. He has been framed, I guess.
I
I don't
wouldn't
know if
say
you would even call it that.
yeah, I wouldn't say framed, just
Accused
accused, yeah. Accused of the murder by Jimmy Olsen and Clark Kent.
based off of their investigations that they did. And we know they're solid investigators.
Yeah, it was just Jimmy, but yes, yes.
Jimmy wouldn't fuck around.
Uh but they find out that it was definitely not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, no, it's not. It was just all signs pointed to him. which is the very confusing part, but it does kind of explain a bit in here. Can I
Uh,
show you my favorite panel?
yeah, is it the panel of Metamorpho as the like height or
No,
the
better.
that's
That one
that's
was
my
really good. It's this one
yeah.
where Lockheed's just writing on Superman's back. I thought it was really fun, and he's on his phone too. Love it.
Yeah, I just love how like Metamorpho's head is like right there in the like
I didn't even notice that.
yeah.
Where is that?
It's towards the back.
Okay,
But yeah, because it's like his whole body is the like kite stuff. And yeah, his arms you can see are like hooked in. Yeah, it's just there's something so like first of all, Dan Mora's art.
it's so good.
And second of all, just like it's just funny. It's just
I
good.
don't know why. Like when I read this, like I knew it was him, but it didn't register
Yeah,
that it was him.
it's
It's
just so
so
funny.
good. Oh my god.
Um okay, so I have a couple books real
Oh,
fast.
okay, okay.
I have Black Cloak, which I actually think came out like a few weeks ago, but we just got our replacements. This is issue number 4, just continuing this little detective story. Um, Now there has been a like APB put out on the Black Cloaks who are doing all this our main characters. So
Mhm.
they're kind of trying to lay on the low. That's not that saying, but
Lay down low.
like
Lay.
we
What
shouldn't
is
have a
that
podcast
saying?
on
Lay low. Just
they're
laying low.
like, yeah, they're like
Laying low.
uh so that's that. The story is really great. It's a really good detective story. And then I have All Eight Eyes. This is issue number 1. This is just about giant spiders in New York City. There's really nothing else I can say about it. Giant spiders, New York City. Some dude's been out killing them for years.
A true American hero.
We'll see what happens. I put it on my poll.
It was that enjoyable?
I think I just added it to my poll.
Oh, okay. Either
Maybe
way,
not.
you didn't think about taking it off, so
Mm,
okay. Either way. Is it both of us now?
yeah, it's both of us.
Okay.
The rest of the time is both of
Okay.
us. So next we have Blue Book. This is issue
Wow.
number 3. Isn't this a great cover?
Yeah, that cover's really good. My
Yeah,
cover's boring.
yeah.
Whatever. This is Blue
Um,
Book.
this is Blue Book issue number 3. This just continues the Betty and Barney
Uh-huh.
Hill
The
House
Hill.
story and their abduction, and is going into their like time under hypnosis.
I really
And
liked this issue.
I like the like panels
Mm-hmm.
and like the art, like this one, like here, this
The
like full
house,
page.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's really cool. I like the whole when he's under hypnosis and telling the story that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's really cool and how he explains like he wasn't scared after that. And he got back in the car and just saw his dog and just waited for his wife. Like I thought that whole scene was really good. Um and then the backstory is actually one of my favorite stories.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's about a French dude named Terrer, who I believe, when was it? 1700s. He became famous for being able to eat anything, never satisfying his hunger. There was like stories about him apparently eating like a dog. There was one of him eating a child. He was in like a sideshow for a while. Very interesting because no one could figure out what was actually wrong with him. He just kept
Mm-hmm.
eating and eating and eating. I think he had a tapeworm, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But that also wouldn't explain a lot of other problems that was wrong with him. But yeah, he was a French guy in the late 1700s that was just famous for being able to eat anything. Very interesting story. Look it up. Scientists still don't know what the heck was wrong with him.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Next we have Kaya. This is
Dang,
issue
your
number,
cover's way cool too.
yeah, this is the Daniel Warren Johnson cover.
That makes sense. Okay.
This is issue number 7. This is back from its break. So it's continuing from the last story arc when Jin has been like kidnapped and Kaya is after him. Uh this issue was really fucking good.
Yeah.
This issue was like really, really good because I think Wes Craig says it in the back, it's like we're done with introduction. So it's like I think we're into the heart of the story. And I just like I loved the dialogue or the narrative with Jin and kind of just him feeling like he wasn't anyone special.
Right. He was raised this whole time to believe that he was like a very important person. But yeah, the whole time he's just hoping Kaya comes to get him.
Yeah. And I just like I love the stuff with the I'm gonna call him the punk lizard.
Oh, the
His new name is Mufasa or Mufsa.
Musgrove. I see. I can't remember his name either.
But yeah, he had like he shed the guy who shed it, Muska. Yeah, Muska,
Yeah.
because that's his new name after he has shed his skin. Um, but I really like that idea, like that they've used there is like him shedding his skin to like be more brave, like and
Mhm.
taking on this person's like name to try to like give himself some form of bravery, which has not been working. But
No, and Kaya is not afraid to tell him otherwise. But
yeah,
I do like also that, Seth is there to help. Like, I did think that was very sweet,
mhm.
even though, he's newly married to a fish,
And his brother-in-law is there with them.
which I love his brother-in-law. What a fun character.
Yeah, but like every character in here is really good too. I don't know. I'm just really interested to see like where this like whole adventure goes, and
Yeah,
I hope
it's
it
been a lot of fun.
I hope it lasts a while.
And we are into the poison lands, which
Yes.
seem scary as hell, but really cool. So
Okay. You ready?
I'm
Are
ready.
we ready?
Ready.
Uh got House of Slaughter. This is issue number 14. That cover is really cool though.
Yeah, I love this cover. It's so good. Gross.
Um so
This is Jace trying to find Sunny still. He runs into, what's her name?
Jolie.
Jolie, yeah. He finds Jolie and they have a little chit chat, and he discovers that his memories aren't exactly how he remembers them. They are different than what actually happened. I guess that's not the right way to word it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
They are the same memories, but he assumed something different was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm it's interesting, like, yeah, the dynamics between this story arc and the last story arc, because this story arc is like clipping along a little bit like quicker.
I miss my boy. I miss Edwin. But
It's
it is
just
really
too,
good. I do like Jace a lot. I like Jolie. I like her character because she seems very unhinged.
yeah.
And I do
Uh,
think that is a good dynamic in the story. So,
that's what I was gonna say. It's like that was like a necessary dynamic in the story, and it's like also giving like him something, because he's kind of just been uh in the woods. And they also hint at the fact that he doesn't know about like Aaron's death either,
Mhm.
which I think is going to definitely come into play at some point within
For sure.
the next.
Isn't this him? Is this Aaron on the cover?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. I was like, that's what I thought. I was just very confused by it because I was like, wait, he's dead. But
Oh yeah,
okay,
and then yeah, and that's why he's like dead on that too.
yeah,
Um,
it all adds up.
well, and I just think like when I saw that cover, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna find out he's dead this issue, and
Mhm.
didn't quite get there.
It's gonna be very sad when it does.
Yeah, that's what's gonna, and it's gonna happen like during a fight or something too.
Yeah. This is our
Okay.
next book. This is Halloween Town.
I love this cover so much. This is like the best cover.
It's super cute. I love it. What's the furthest place from here? This is issue number 12. We get to follow Sid during her period of time when she was still pregnant.
And you see the strangers.
Yeah, you get to actually, I was going to say you get to figure out what they are, but you don't know. You just get to see them.
Yeah, so you don't know at all, but you're just like, oh, that's okay.
It's very confusing. It reminds me, like, Julian had said this like the other day. He said it reminded him a bit of Adventure Time. And
Okay, yeah.
it took me a minute, but then when I was reading it, I was like, okay, I see that. Like I get that
Mm-hmm.
why it would be compared to that. Like just this weird
Like,
state that they're in where like nothing is what it seems.
yeah,
Almost like a radioactive town.
like Fallout.
Yeah, yeah, where like they're people, but like something's just a little off about them. So like I get it, but and the what really took me to that was when you see the strangers, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, they're weird.
And I guess it like, I don't know, it feels like a David Lynch movie or like show, or like
Yeah,
even
I can see that.
not even really like necessarily it, but like kind of like Cronenberg in its own
That's what
way.
I was gonna say. The weird like body horror that's going on in there, like
Yeah.
the weird shit that is like kids doing the old people thing, like the way that they look is really
Mm-hmm.
eerie.
Yeah, so it's like yeah, the book itself, like when you do like get it down to its like bones, like the kids in the pig mask, like it is like fucking disturbing.
It's very strange. Like
Yeah.
it kind of it makes me a little uncomfortable. Like yeah, when you sit and think about it, like these are children who have never been around adults who are just being children.
Well, and in this one, like they torture that one girl, or I guess in the last couple, like few issues, like because they rip out all of her teeth,
Turn
you
her into an
know?
old woman.
Yeah.
Killed me. Yeah, it's a very strange story. Like I do enjoy it quite a
Oh
bit,
yeah,
and I like where it's going, and I like how weird everything is.
it's hard to grasp onto sometimes, like like and figure out what's like actually going on.
Yeah. I do genuinely feel like this was written by kids. Like this is what they think life is supposed to be.
Yeah,
It's
I could see it.
pretty. Bellamy, what are you doing? What are you doing? The cat's
Like,
being weird.
sounds about right.
Come here. No? Okay. Let's talk about the next one.
All right, so we have Behold Behemoth. This is issue number 5. There is uh it's gonna be continued, it looks like. It says end of book 1.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I thought for sure that this was just going to be it, but but I'm very excited that it is going to have a second story arc.
Yeah, well, it just like didn't feel like it could end. Like I guess it would be fine if it ended
Mhm.
here, but it would also just be like, well,
Nothing
what?
goes back to normal.
Yeah, like what's
Yeah.
happening? Uh, yeah, Art's wonderful story was like, I really liked the idea that Gray is just like dealing with like just a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and I like how like everything is kind of explained to him, but he still can't let that girl die. Like
Hmm.
that's his ultimate goal is to like just keep her safe. And I do love that because that would solve everything if he would just kill that girl.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
no, the art is really, really good. There was one when he's having the flashback when he's talking to his brother in the tent
hmm.
where it goes through, yeah, this one where he ages like kid,
Yeah.
like yeah, I loved that. I thought that was so cool.
I wish there had been like one more issue, I think,
Hmm.
just because I wanted more of the like other ladies like story or like what happened. Like I'm sure we'll get that.
Right.
But it just like the scene where he was in the tub, like it all was just like, but like, wait, hold on,
Go
slow
back, we need
down.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I got.
that's all I got too. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yeah. We got
Last one.
Hitomi. This is issue number 5 as well. This is the last issue. And this looks like this is actually the last issue. I mean, it
Yes.
it could keep going, but
I hope
there's
not because I thought this ended just like perfectly. This was such a good ending for this story.
mhm. I love the like part where she was like tripping on drugs. Like,
I was just gonna say that. Yeah, the art for it was like super good. Um, but yeah, she pretty much takes care of business and then her and this, well, I mean, she discovers the truth of who the samurai was.
yeah.
No, wasn't who you're led to believe this entire time. It was someone completely different. Which I did like that twist because I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you that when you're a kid and you see something traumatic happen, your brain can convince you that it was something like similar but different.
Yeah.
I love this story. I thought it was so good. The
Yeah,
art was
no.
so good. It was just I know we say this about a lot of stories, and I don't know if it's the right thing to say for it, but it had a lot of heart.
Yeah, the story did have a lot of heart though. I do agree.
Yeah.
I did really, really like this a lot, and the art was phenomenal. The
Hmm.
story just like really wrapped you in really quickly, and then just like, yeah, the ending was really, really satisfying, and yeah, just good stuff.
I love like revenge, like redemption
Mm-hmm.
stories because you had her who just wanted revenge the entire time, but you had him who just wanted to redeem himself for like the life that he had lived. And they are completely different, but they work really well together.
Yeah, yeah.
It was such a good story.
All right. Well, that's all we got. That's all the comic books.
That's it.
All the all the comic books in the world. So yeah, go to your local comic book shop and go get some comics. Free comic book day is this Saturday, so definitely go get some free comic books.
Hmm. If you
Um,
stop in at Legend, Champ and I will both be there.
yeah, I won't be there till after 2.
Oh, maybe I won't come in until later then.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you that, but we'll
Okay.
do that on the podcast here
Yes.
in
Now I
front of,
know.
because I won't cut this out. Uh, so yeah, if you come to Legend, I will be there after 2. Heather might be there after 2 as well. Um,
Never know. I make my
yeah,
own schedule.
we are telling you to go support your local libraries, go check out some books, or take advantage of the many, many things that libraries have for you. Take care of your
Isn't there
friends. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I was
No,
gonna
go
say,
ahead.
isn't the one in Omaha being opened soon? I
Yeah,
thought I had seen something about it.
the new downtown branch is being opened. I think it's like off of like kind of like behind some apartment buildings downtown somewhere.
Okay, I'll
Uh,
have to look it up because I thought I saw an article about it, but I couldn't remember when it said. It just said opening soon.
yeah, I did see that there's like a not a sidewalk to it at all, but there is like a walking a walking lane on the street.
Omaha hates pedestrians.
And libraries.
Yeah, and libraries. God.
But anyway, yeah, so go to that library downtown, the new library downtown. Heather, any anything? You got anything?
No, I don't think I do today.
Okay. Well, take care of each other. We love you. Thank you for listening to us. And we'll see you on the flippity flip.
Later.